Joe Knows. Joe Knows dropped a very interesting video. NBA 2K26 new build creation breakdown, specialization, tier system, badge potential, and more. And I already kind of watched this, kind of didn't like. I watched it but I was watching JMac TV live, so I was doing that, and I was doing other stuff, so I wasn't fully paying attention to him. So I felt I needed to break this down so I can fully grasp what Joe Knows was laying down in this video, because man, does it look like, it looks like, I don't know how to describe it, bro, but it looks like the builds that are going to be able to be created this year are quite, I'm here for it, bro. There's no RNG, so I don't give a shit. You see what I'm saying? That's all I cared about. No RNG. So the builds are about to be insane this year. Let's get to it. Joe Knows. Give it to me. The news. Jeez, dirty-minded people I gotta watch out for.
If you've been on social media, you've probably seen the tweets. People comparing some of the NBA 2K26 template builds to what you can create in the 2K25 builder, and basically saying it's the same. Now, in a sense,
not, though.
It is very similar.
Definitely.
But I think people are failing to realize some of the major changes 2K announced is going to change what is possible in the builder. Badge max +2s, build specialization, the badge max +2 and +1 perk within the build.
Hold on, I gotta pause it already. My bad. I apologize, but I have to go back. I have to go back. We have to cover something. Crap. I gotta do a dab. My bad. I have to go back. I have to go back and cover this. What? Okay.
Specialize.
All right. What?
Failing to realize.
Look at Jokic. Do the up and under, and watch the meter.
Some of the major changes to
Right here, right where my arrow is. Watch the meter.
Announced is going to change what.
See, it's going up. Look, it's that's the first time it's going up. Watch.
Is possible.
Do you see that? It went down, yet went to full. So you see that? You see that? Hold on. Look. So see, look. It's going down. It's going up. Shit, that's the wrong way. I didn't mean to do that.
What is
I pushed the wrong button. Damn it, my bad. So look, do you see that? It's going up right there. See, it's going up. And then it looks like it hits the top right there. And then goes outside the green. And then immediately goes to the top, right? I want to make sure you got that clearly, because about what I'm about to say is. So remember, he said that it's not about timing the green with the timing. It's about greening with the timing of the rhythm part. So the rhythm part, if you time that correctly, it doesn't matter if you miss the other one. Do you see what I'm saying? So it looks like he missed the other one, when to release it, like when to release the ball. But because he rhythmed it properly, it went to green. Does that make sense? I'm just throwing that out there. Not many, I haven't seen anyone talk about that right there.
Is possible in the builder. Badge max +2s, build specialization, the badge max +2 and +1 perk within the build specialization quest, the cap breakers within the build specialization quest that have to be allocated to specific attributes, and the main thing that can change what builds are actually good or bad is the gameplay. I've said it a million times, but the gameplay is ultimately the major deciding factor in what builds are effective and what builds are not effective. But in today's video, I do want to deep dive in terms of the actual builder and attributes. The builders look very similar, but with these badge max +2s and +1s and how many you are now getting, it really changes what is possible in this builder. I'm talking about 7-foot centers, with Legend Rebound Chaser, Hoff Set Shot, and Hoff Posterizer. I'm
Dang
talking
it.
about big guards with Legend Shooting Badges, Legend Posterizer, Legend Lightning Launch. There is a ton of possibilities we're about to break down. So drop a like on the video. Let's get this video to 10,000 likes. Y'all did it last time. I think we can do it again. And let's get into this. The first thing I want you to realize is the biggest change potentially to builds is going to be the gameplay. If the gameplay allows 6.5, 6.6, 6.7, etc. to speed boost, that obviously makes a bunch more builds viable, right? But the Badge Max plus 2s change things so much, I cannot overemphasize it. For example, 6.5. Basically less than 1% of people made 6.5s this year. But let me just show you, with the Badge Max plus 2 system, what could be possible in this build. So with a 6.5, it's the tallest build, you can get a 99.3. We'll see if that's true in 2K26.
Yeah, it
but
might
for the
not be
most
true.
part, what it looks like is it all looks pretty similar. So it's going to be around here. With that 99.3, you can also get a 93 driving dunk. Let's put the vertical to 80 to get the gold posterizer. And then last but not least, let's put our speed with ball to 86 to get gold lightning launch. Now, obviously, the build's already a 98 overall. So this build off the rip probably is not going to be viable. But let me just show you what I'm envisioning here. You're going to have all the legend shooting badges because this year you don't need agility to get legend shifty. We saw that in one of the screenshots. So you have all legend shooting badges. You have gold poster, but you can use a Badge Max plus 2 to put this to legend. And then you also have gold lightning launch, and you have a Badge Max plus 2 to put this to legend. So you're a 6.5 build with legend lightning launch, legend shooting, and legend posterizer. Now, of course, like I said, I'm already a 98 overall. You know, I'm going to have no defense, no passing, very little ball handle, etc., etc. Well, 81 ball handle is decent, but you'll get what I'm saying. But once you start to get cat breakers like we saw, that changes everything with a build like this. Because if you can take your 3 down just by going to 94 and using 5 cat breakers, now you're only a 92. Obviously, we saw that you can get cat breakers specific to certain attributes. That's going to allow you to take even more off. I'm just saying, people are not realizing just how much these
shit, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. You get the regular cat breakers, you're gonna get regular cat breakers, but then you're gonna get the specific cat breakers. Oh man.
Change what you can make, what you can even like potentially come up with. And then obviously the more we go in the year, I think it might become a little bit too crazy, but I'm here for it. I'm here for the craziness.
I'm totally here to get insane.
Like
yeah,
people had like what, 22 cat breakers at the end of the year?
I got 5.
17 cat breakers, even 10 cat
6, excuse me, I got 6 cat breakers out of the whole year.
Cat breakers. With all these Badge Max plus 2s, Badge Max plus 1s, it's gonna get crazy. A 6'6", the tallest height at which you can get gold lightning launch, right? You can get the 86 speed with ball at 6'6". So let's just do this right off the rip. You're gonna have 93.3, and let's get that 86 speed with ball. So you can Badge Max plus 2 your limitless, so you'll have legend limitless, or if you want a Badge Max plus 2 your set shot, you'll have legend set. You can Badge Max a shooting badge, and then you can also Badge Max plus 2 your lightning launch. That's legend lightning launch and a legend shooting badge at 6'6", and we're only 85. You can round this build off a lot easier. One thing to pay attention to with Badge Max plus 2s, you see this screen.
Oh man, I was not paying attention to this screenshot like properly. So you get a tier 1 plus 1 and a tier 2 plus 1. And you get a tier 2 plus, or tier 1 max plus 2 and a tier 2 max plus 2. And then you get a max plus 1 and a max plus 2 from whatever thing you're doing. Like in this example on the screen, it's shooting. So then that's 2 badges you can put. That means you have 3 max plus 2, but 1 specific, right? So if you have shooting, then you can take your tier 1 max plus 2 and put it on like your posterizer or like a steel. Or like any amount of I don't even know. It's
Screenshot that came from 2K. You get your Badge Max plus 1s with tier 1 and tier 2. You get your badge max plus 2s with tier 1 and tier 2. Down here where it says shooting badge, this is going to be from the badge specialization. The same place we saw that you get the cap breakers tied to, in this example, shooting. Your badge max plus 1 and badge max plus 2 that you unlock from the build specialization challenges, or quests if you want to call them that, those have to be applied to a shooting badge. So choose wisely when you choose that badge specialization, not only for your cap breakers, but also for your badge max plus 1 and your badge max plus 2. For example, if you use your build specialization quests on shooting, you can upgrade one of your gold badges 2 tiers, and then you could also use your normal badge max plus 2 on lightning launch, upping that to legend. Or you could do the opposite. You could do your build specialization in playmaking, use that on the lightning launch, and then use your normal badge max plus 2 on one of your shooting badges. Y'all get what I'm saying. Now, speaking of badge tiers, right? We talked about you got tier 1 badge max plus 2, tier 2 badge max plus 2, tier 1 badge max plus 1, tier 2 badge max plus 1. For example, in 2K25, this could change in 2K26, but the theory 2 badge max plus 1.
Okay, so yeah, he does
in
the same thing I do.
This could change in 2K26, but the theory applies. You just have to find the exact height changes in 2K26.
I just have a shitty camera.
But check it out. At 6'8" in 2K25, you have badges like Lightning Launch that are tier 1. But as soon as you go to 6'9", your Lightning Launch now becomes tier 2. So if you map this out correctly, you're going to be able to utilize your badge max plus 2s and your badge max plus 1s even more effectively. Another thing at 6'9" that becomes a tier 2 slot is your on-ball menace. So you could theoretically, if you were to make on 2K25 Builder a minimum wingspan 6'9", you could have a legend set shot, right? You get it off. You could use your badge max plus 1 in the tier 1 slot on your set shot to push it to legend. You could use your badge max plus 2 in the tier 2 slot to hit legend on ball menace, and then you could use your tier 2 badge max plus 2. I know it's getting a little confusing. Your tier 2 badge max plus 2 from the build specialization menu and get Hoff Lightning Launch. Now you're looking at a 6'9" with legend set shot, legend on ball, Hoff Lightning Launch. Like, the build is completely different, even though theoretically the attributes are pretty much similar. But all these badge max plus 1s and badge max plus 2s greatly changes what you can potentially make. Now,
and then how many cap breakers are we going to get?
Think about this. You could get a 99 three-pointer, all legend shooting badges, and then on top of that, get the 89 driving dunk or 87 driving dunk, whatever you want to go with. Normally that's a 99 dunk and silver poster. But you could use your badge max plus 2 and get Hoff poster. 6'2", 99.3, all legend shooting badges with Hoff poster.
That's wild,
then
bro.
As we start to get more cap breakers, potentially you're going to be able to get that 94 speed with ball, right? Say you get cap breakers to cap your three-pointer. Now you're going to be able to get the 94 speed with ball, legend lightning launch, legend shooting with 99.3, Hoff posterizer. Even for the small guards, it really opens up what you're going to be able to create. Another thing that came to my mind was all the times we're trying to make like a Kevin Durant build, right? And you basically have to decide, man, if I want to make KD, it's like KD's got those long arms, but if I do long arms, I'm going to have low shooting and low shooting badges. I got to go minimum arms to get the better shooting, but then it's not really KD because he doesn't have long arms. I mean, just going off this builder, you could find like a sweet spot here where, let's say you go like an 87 mid-range, 7'3" wingspan at 6'10", 87 mid-range. Just off of that, obviously on this game to get the shifty, you need agility, but you're not going to need that in 26. But just right here alone, you'll have long arms. You can use your tier 2 badge max plus 2 to put your shifty to Hoff. That's what Kevin Durant has on the play now roster. He's got Hoff shifty. Then if you want to use your tier 1 badge max plus 2, you can have Hoff Deadeye. That's what KD has on the roster. Hoff Deadeye, Hoff shifty. Now you have that on Kevin Durant. If you want to put your wingspan down just a little bit lower and get like the 89 mid-range, now you're looking at, you could use a badge max plus 2 and get legend set shot. There's so many ways that you can manipulate this now to make even cooler, more variety builds. I know a lot of people like to make like the kind of freaky small guard, like Westbrook rebounder, like, do it all builds. Well, check this out. It's a lot, and I'm sitting here trying to think of like, I'm like, okay,
how am I gonna make this Cooper Flag build? Because I want to make the Cooper Flag build where his name pops up, Cooper Flag. I don't think I can do that in 2K25 because I tried I've tried two different versions of the build, and I didn't get his name. So I don't think his name's in 2K25, or they're not gonna patch it in, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have to wait till 2K26 to even see if I'm making the right build currently off of my two example builds in 2K25. And then on top of that, I want to get the name, but then I also need to be able to make the build that has his name and still do all this stuff that he's talking about right now, bro. And there's tier 1, tier 2, max plus 1. Then there's tier 1, tier 2, max plus 2. And then you have your specialization tier 1, tier or specialization max plus 1, max plus 2. And then you have they did 15 in the rep cap breakers, so that's 15 alone. And then they started doing cap breakers at the end of the season. I don't know how many they did, but it's like over 20 cap breakers right there. So you also have like potentially 20 cap breakers, and then they said there's another way to get cap breakers that they haven't told us about yet. So that's potentially like even more cap breakers. So we could potentially have like almost 30 cap breakers plus the max plus 1s plus the max plus 2s. And then it's like, bro, so if you want to maximize min max, your build is going to be like weirdly crappy at the beginning. And then like as you unlock stuff, it gets just tremendously better. I don't know, bro. It's wild.
You make a 6'4" and you get that 80 rebound, your tier 2 badge max plus 2 can give you half rebound chaser on a 6'4" now. You're going to be out there crazy. On a 6'4" green and rebounds on some real Russell Westbrook like activity.
You don't green rebounds. It's just an indicator. He's saying that wrong. He's part of the group that didn't figure it out apparently. You don't green rebounds in 2K26. It's just an indicator. You always have had to time your rebounds.
Half rebound chaser on a 6'4". Not know most comp players aren't going to go to that, but people that like to play like a Westbrook or do it all kind of undersized, like a rebounding guard type of build, that's another like freaky way you could do it. And another thing I really thought of was like the big men out there that want to be poppers now. You can really get good shooting badges while still not having to sacrifice like the long arms and the 99 rebound, right? Like, let's just go 7 foot max wingspan. We're not gonna like lab a whole build, but essentially with this, you know, you're gonna go 78 to get silver set shot and then a 74 3 ball. If you use your tier 1 badge max plus 2, you'll have half set shot on a 7 foot max wingspan center. To go along with it, you're still going to have the long arms and be able to get, you know, that 99 rebound for the legend chase. You're going to have legend chaser with half set shot, max wingspan, and then on top of it, it's not even taking into account that you have some pretty glitchy tier 2 badges like posterizer, where you can get silver poster and use your tier 2 badge max plus 2 to get half poster. This is now a 7 foot center, max wingspan, legend rebound chaser, half poster, half set shot. You're going to be able to create some absolutely insane.
Oh my goodness,
builds.
there's so much crazy.
I could go on for hours. Like, my brain has already calculated so many builds. Y'all know I'm going to be dropping build videos all year long about like just fun, creative builds, sweaty builds, NBA player like builds, all that stuff. But I think people are underestimating the impact of some of the new additions to the game. People are like, oh, it's the same. I went and compared 26 template.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same. It was similar in the numbers.
The big difference is now some of these rewards that you're going to get are going to like completely change the potential of the builds. And as I said, the gameplay always is going to be the most prominent thing. If the gameplay is different, that's really going to have an impact on what builds are actually effective in the game and what you're going to want to actually create. It's a ton of possibilities out there. For someone like me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch me, if you love the builder, it's going to be a blast here these next couple months in terms of trying to come up with unique builds. And like I said, like a 7 foot center, max wingspan, legend rebound chaser, half set shot, half poster. And we could even go even more crazy, like we said, because we get multiple badge max plus 2s and badge max plus 1s. It's going to be crazy, bro. Comment down below if you got any cool ideas down in the comments. I'm going to definitely be checking them out. I appreciate y'all watching. If you missed any of the news recently, click that video right there. It'll update you on everything.
Bro. So it's just wild. Go give Joe Knows a like. I mean, give me a like, subscribe. I don't really like saying any of that stuff. It doesn't come out of my mouth very well. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. I don't like doing any of that stuff. Just if you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't do it, I'm not too worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating this, doing this because I want to. And it has nothing to do with the outcome. I'm just doing it to do it. Not worried about an outcome. If I was worried about an outcome, that would make me act a certain way. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want to act a certain way. I just want to be the one is. All right, with that out of the way, like again, go subscribe, and I'm out of here.